Welcome and thank you for tuning in to Sharon Kelly Speaks. Today we're going to talk about the blame game. I know that's something we're all familiar with. At some point we have blamed someone or we have been blamed. Blaming is essentially assigning fault or wrong, and there are many reasons why people blame. Today we're going to talk about projection. Projection is when we have a bad feeling, and instead of us saying, you know what, I feel this way, we project it on someone else. We say that it's someone else's problem. That is the worst way to handle a situation. One thing that I have realized is that blaming does not resolve anything. Instead, it causes this cycle of arguments, of back and forth or confusion because no one wants to take responsibility. And in projection, instead of you owning your pain or your hurt or your confusion or your frustration or whatever emotion it is you're feeling, you say, no, it's not me, it's the other person. You assign it to the other person. You say it's the other person. You disconnect yourself from yourself. Instead of you just owning what you're feeling and dealing with those feelings, you project it on someone else. You say it's someone else's issue, someone else's problem, and you want them to fix something that really is not their issue. It's really your issue. And the problem is when we disconnect ourselves from ourselves, we can't deal with ourselves. We can't deal with the problem because we're not even acknowledging that it exists. Instead, we're putting it on someone else and we're saying, no, you deal with this. And they can't possibly deal with something that really isn't their issue. The Bible says, how can you remove the speck in your brother's eye when you have a plank in your own eye? That is Bible. That's not me saying it. That's Bible. So if the Bible is telling us that, then we have to know ourselves that we can't do that. Blaming is the worst way to deal with something. It's better to own it. It's better to say, this is what I'm feeling so that we can work to resolve it. Typically, when people blame, it's because it's something that they're dealing with about themselves that they are afraid to admit. Lessons learned. This is Sharon Kelly. Thank you for tuning in. Please follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I look forward to talking to you soon.